Well, Majidi said also, what had the Akoso Bantman Pesa, so I'm going to your pay. But of course, ball and idiot. I don't know, but we are seeing decentralized now, central government, they lose reasonable grip of power. Nanka, yeah, in Pessoa, hold on, yeah, massam innovation, creativity, you say the Bishop Bompino. The intimate fancy, sir, we shall Bantman want to now ball a pa, a tree of Fasua. You ask yourself, say, when after a crown, when a Eshagan and Munyamana, baller and Cran Casa, a tree fire so. Enti asante mantem ze yefenye ntu I'm sure say awo kojobo so akudu bibia abekoko na akwam enti no bantman person aso na ho it's not quite sweet but e bend then we nyina base ya na central government through local government through KMA any mensing crash you know wona hu kwa on befa so any opinion leaders nso was am person so ko befa so how be say no o mehwe na wona kon edu sabrisi na meka o ma or text message number on 1760 no what you do agent na brain tem bribia da me pese o de brain tem na it's with me egebre ekenkan ma won tem say e be free sabre copy no nko no ye page mu na fe na na abre fon so abeto so e de amaye and semini p me gidi say why crado say also over kire wadwene e wa say but my menka say Lucky Herbal Clinic for one other roma e free joada e copy me fiada ana one de pensen mujumede ebro obi nyawa na efri yade ti yade biara ada ne krankro ewo so no wanya adwumako bi a wonde wonsusue ne wonti po nyina se woni isia no kwan wona isia no kwan kra bra eba no wono ebo modin abra no ase anase wona bo ban amawa na aseda kese na ese ode ma wo o hwe wona kira kwan a wodo ne kira gomua ogwa krom woniba junction honom aguna swedro kwantempo no so wona be hu Lucky Herbal Clinic and which is bia na won kan hanma Kaneshi First Light ujina Accra Academy anim honoma o hwe wonim ntine so sa wono ewo aswe ba konso ewo sa pepepe so na eye kaso aso nyanya adokwa no so behu Lucky Herbal Clinic enso ewo honom mamen ka o se obetimi so e de numbers we anyone adi nkita ho e bia na person odi kan kra pusu ahoma ansa na watu anamo akwa numbers ne 0243 201 244 and 0277 465855 and 0242 238745. Now, Lucky Herbal from Kodin's house. One other roma, a free Jordan copy me fiada at the bro. Because so Kyle also say from the 18th of March, a copy the 10th of April, installer trading at the bro. I will maybe to say in Koko Donko Krum, a chim swedra sinful to Takwa, Techiman, Yendi, a year and Quanta, Denu Tema, and a breakum ebebaso. Nina say, ya mounted here, any name dear, our digibox, quite fast to Juma. Se sinto poboma kwa faso di CC no ase gina name edidwa on behalf of Multi TV edi amaye te bigile se why crowd se oboma santity we nyina watimi enya bi na also o de abobra santity ni addition ade bro nyina no enkamfo no Ghana sika no series edionum 50 Ghana cedi ana yede ejewo na ewia nyoma yede ma no bi ni tumi krata e kire se obetimi gina ya name adidwuma eno eche be mo ahyenso de enso a chere sampa wonya santity no efa digibox no kwa efa so dijuma na ne krakrakra no ya to sabom na anyway didi kama this why crowd se bia ya bobodin donko krom achimodan asimfosu takwa techima yendi nkwanta denu tema ana febrikum ne eye nkoko mbaba na mabenya sa nimdie we se bia na opemu hunu yi a phone number is 0302211680 and 0244 340415 and as 0244 340242 na bibia intimi enkos medin card ya to enum so text message line here 1762. Well, Chairman Adekoka still vying for Greater Accra Regional Chairman and the polls no suggesting say for now there watching tickets here ewonim pedodo bibio ko rely too much on polls so we are na at the same peer but onward the dance yes and hard work and in human relation a reflection for especially Greater Accra delegates and the NDC as a party omuhu na almost a edikukroboti team no breti say mo ko biometric no omu team no na osa elidi omo capture more seats for the Greater Accra region. Still chairman Greater Accra region Chairman Boko there.
Yamina do umpo me.
Bibia Boko na.
Don't want to feel.
But probably the question might not be fair. But the question, I say, as greater Krachi, who's a Ghana gradually drifted into a lawless country now?
Oh, I don't think so. We are facing challenges. Ghana, no, Ghana is not a lawless country. Sometimes blips, kakraba, but as a whole, no. This country, no, I mean, Edim Brasso. Just sometimes they are called astray kakra. I feel they bring ourselves back on track. I'm saying in that topic, Rebecca say you will see that most of the problems are because people are not adhering to principles and regulations. But that a lawless country. No,
right.
No.
Well, Chairman Ade Akasa, can you not call DVL? Near body marry Jojo or Jadiketua or boy Juba or DVL. Now, the man in Sudan who sees Chimota for Nabe. Okobe Choir, Adeshia on one original name. One person, I think he comes across with the tag, say, or a bit controversial. What Ninsema Okem, Nancy and Sushi Sitia. Any or no answer near Dean Susi fa. Because I want to pepper, you because they be do be I didn't yabros. I didn't change the Bassia be or a definition, but tax even am dear man or boy Juma quite controversial and also related nicely to your friend Jojo. It is out to Jojo, the Joe says was a make a come quiet. Oh, I can't say. Got a focus.
What to be say another article as a barometer? No article there can maybe I know. Maybe we all want to go for who I don't know they are check home.
Okay, the check home. This is
controversial. They maintain that.
Yeah, as a whole parliamentary speaker. I see. Now, constituency say,
"Oh, Adom, free honor hoboko."
Okay, all right. But the Mbusa chairman, Mbusa, minim say be fair. They say APM ko lawlessness mo na say.
I dey start kan ya chewo. Enye ene the SC ni dey be kan ho asem. Kakran wo dey so person owu ye lawless state pa hwe dey ye kan ye. Ene obi free minor road ba. Na wo main road onyina mawo. Ene yenim se baby one way. Ene yenim se baby walkway also pedestrian walkway. We be cross. Ye be yai. Ene na ya ne madam for your cross. Omo ba na ya de na see traffic ade no so no. Idina say udi agro bi bebo 9. And so kan je mran ne say pedestrian de na see pedestrian cross no so pe. O se ka bi agina. O gina so oba nanim no omo face no. Kakran lawlessness no. Ba o. Minua senior adesi o nyesa ya na acheke ho. Ba no krapa ne say mran ne hye de ye de. Kirikirisi ani a pass mran no. Ewi ani de ato ho. Yemfa nya adwuma. Na voluntary obeisance to the law no emakwa. Agisa wo de mran ye adwuma na to ni petiri mu say aha uti aha atomre be chewo. Minua we ti aha ye che no. We tia the mredi no na fe yesua na kai ho by the over the years no oh nya hwe me pa cho we the fache no we the oh no ya do so a chen say there be ni pana from yemva mredi no
but I think say na commodity na ba be gina esu ni ye ban so e be probably dey ko wi sika se but better than yet me free because chemade ehye police for nkochi o man hene nipa be dwan atoa chemade na esu de bia na mo man hintu ye no enim ra ebo ebra nipa be dwan atoa chemade na wo fo ase na wo de hye na we de wa onua na better than ye free sa esunum ni abada reality say o man ana kurobia ye chechire no ne fapem ene se wo de mra ye adwuma bibia da no poano
nyamene no kura nim agi say de sie ni so say de adre de emre ni ana emre de na wo mo ede mra hye wo mo nsa no o mo yo mo adwuma say emfa ho se chairman de no original chairman emre di no mfa ho se meme ye bekwa MP emredi me e wo bekwa abonten so obi ehun se makross red light o se police for chim wo ho na de me famra kwan so na obi ehun se MP mponi o so because ade aso kan say o chamadu ade ahye say enkoche o man hene the moment ye be fa no say obi na aye no e be kodwa ato awon ho na emom ye fa no say mra na achewa mra de say enkodwa ato awon mra ho ende kwa no akoyiwa no but there ye personalized issues no so by a political discourse crowd and I west and there me MPP ni me fum mra na me party for abegina machi ye resa de no ma yampa na ase menye se chemade ko ye bone na ye de mra di no pe na support no ye nia ye party ni ye to na mankofo ye resa wa fum mra na na so mfum enti the moment I be personalize it asem no and now be politicizing no na dwa to na bem oh ene minister ekohu minister oh ekohu IGP oh ene enkodwa to asobesi na obenten but thank you mo bia emrane no adie wafom I mean that's the culture hu abrofo mu a efe yinya chiwa you say be bold be a man admit it why you born here agitum uko near the radio muhu ebia obi mane ne namfofo ba be ko se mefum o man mra na ahye onipa no kura wo be ka bia ma no na wo se afem aha ba de waye kura no ayache no oh me MPP ni ntra oh me NDC ni ntina oh ayi me support to asumesi ntra then ka ayi me wo we afa nka yemfa bread ni me enti kakran ye de mra dwuma no ankasa de ye de to nchen na emom hwan nie na hwan bani na damfo ne hwan nti ne eche no ana se na ni nua ne hwan nti ne eja no sa ne oma no but ebesesa agisa omo de mra hye omo nsa no omo gina pintin na ye yaka no so bo omo ho ban because the fan so the way ni yem se wo ye adwuma no nokure mu no
de be yi na dia na se
be ye na be fa kan bi so yi na
yeah interestingly you know yeah politicians in court no yeah na ase yenim de esu yem pese de no e be ye adwuma na be ye ba be du sa be
yeah no but ono nche de continue lawlessness ono nche mo chende tedamo okay no politicians na ngasa bibia wa Ghana no ya politicize nkomo ebezi CCA ehwe headline no pe wonde politics album ankanche etifu nti huntum nka che de wangasa
oh definitely opeti ni weti matre I dey try to say na so ya check here
that's right because we are headline we are not in a jungle Tarzan tells Bevlo well immediately no to some okay no we create
what take position
interrogating the reason behind that masami osi probably to no more or someone can maybe University of Ghana no so they are becoming lawlessness because ya in brother mo afaso amode ya de no ya kire mo say munjai enu edin komo ya ko dialogue si mo de munya abotre munjai the young can want some. Now still musi no amon penny idea omun this omun as I won your dead door be no ano open the way. And it cut both ways. Into where persuasion fails no.
Force no. Well, maybe a jungle discussion in the Sabbath. A jungle discussion like that. Unfortunately, I took a stance as a host.
Yes.
Now it borders on national interest.
Okay.
Now, I'm much on this issue. But the genesis of Legon semi probably Dominic Beboya and Kinoto Beboya, Legon for response, national security response, and school for be reaction. And what you know, baby, free buy, confirm Rashibuja forecast committee, and then moon, adventure by a face and baby. It's even some for him, Asha Kransan to an amazing. Yeah, adventure ba anka ye beda mase but whilst ye twa no ye betimi aka say chairman measure say I ready the mama Yeah, ba na via to. Nana, what? All right, it's when the ocean and then the Agulagu was an national security operative. I imagine 1 a.m. to 4 a.m.
How scared are we? When under the cover of darkness, anybody can come with heavy earth-moving equipment and break down structures without a directive. What is disheartening is that it isn't that the university flouted a directive. University authorities were not contacted with respect to this. It's not that the university authorities refuse to do what they have been asked to do. No. No verbal communication, no official communication. Then you can pull down structures and then sneak out. And as we speak now, nobody has owned up. Nobody has told us he or she did it. It is alleged it was done by national security. We haven't heard from national security. They have neither confirmed it nor denied it. So we are really in a state of fear and panic.
It's causing a lot of nuisance because the traffic juts back into the traffic light, and people coming on the highway from a bridge to Accra, from Medina to Accra, get stuck there for long periods. We found that to be unacceptable. Complete nuisance too, causing complete disaffection to the general public. What we did was to send people to go and tell whoever is in charge of that security thing that that was a wrong place to locate whatever they were doing. Nothing happened. They continued. The situation was the same. I went there personally on Sunday, left a note on my complimentary card for his boss, who he said was ACP retired, Amadu, I think. And on that note, I said that that particular position was wrong in whatever deployment he was doing, because it was causing a lot of nuisance, and therefore they would have to relocate. I left my mobile phone and asked that he should call me. I didn't receive any call from him, and the situation continued. Now, yesterday, I went there personally and told the guys that they will have to move further inside. If they are going to deploy so many checkpoints in there to ensure they achieve their aim, that is their business. But they cannot come that much forward and completely disrupt, traffic on the road. So they moved up forward. But what I'm saying is that they also started some construction. And let's be very clear about this when you say they went and pulled down toll booths and things. They started some construction at that point, which I can see they intend to turn into a toll booth when completed. And that has been removed because it cannot be there. So basically, that is what it is.
Management is extremely disappointed by the lack of courtesy. Management also had no prior discussion, because if this had been discussed, perhaps a better way would have been found. And if there has been no discussion, it means some authority has taken a unilateral decision. We are not using that booth for the administration or management of the road user charges. In fact, that is not a fully complete structure. So you'll find that the ticketing agents move in and out depending on the flow of traffic. And these are some of the preventive measures that we have taken as a university. So when there is less traffic, the ticketing agents will be stationed somewhere. If there is more traffic, they also move further into the university. And this really has not affected traffic.
The national security have claimed responsibility for this action. Are you going to take them on, or that ends it?
Well, no. The university's governing body, the ultimate governing body, is the University Council. And Council will meet at an emergency meeting tomorrow.
About this issue?
Definitely.
Oh, it's a good smile for the morning. I don't play move much. Probably able to take his stance, I should get that, to just operate. Come on.
Yeah. Today, there are two sides to a coin. First and foremost, even though in the university, Omo are autonomous, they've got laws allow them to take certain decisions. But who hears our decisions? So, sir, we share the larger public interest. First and foremost, no structure. No, I want to know from them whether omokoji permit for AMA, and so because it's part of a public access.
And he said, AMA.
AMA. So omokoji permit. Because I'm here to hear from AMA or the town and country planning. Say, your permit. Say, omu fences our structure. No. Because who the structures here, say, will be, and then to say, bevolati or kennel or cano. Traffic, because the slowness of the collection of the tickets, first, traffic, I build it up. Well, if they are done proper consultation, as the administrator was saying, they will have factored into consideration all those nuances. Because according to Bevolati, they can charge their rate, whatever. But as at when a cause public nuisance on there, I think national security or whoever is in charge, I would have thought AMA people would have come to look at this situation. In any case, you talk about lawlessness. The university should know better. Say, I buy parliament. When intervention now about the parliament, intervention about the chief of staff, I think also more hot. No more training or final outcome. Even the students themselves, also, they've even taken them to court. It's you. I was almost say, I don't know, public opinion, and yet on favor. Yesterday, even the students themselves, they were happy to say that demolition has taken place.
But you can't be a favor. Public opinion, you say politicians get woo.
Oh, no,
no, that
is why there's government.
No, Anakamuti, both MPP. Anakamuti, no, yet, what was it?
Listening government.
I see
it. I got you. Omuboy Afribakwa. They are born Musu Fibako. A government cannot refuse to listen to the public opinion. I mean, it will be very dangerous now to refuse to listen to public opinion.
In this case, the university, that coordination was never.
Because all of us, let me just say, the last time I was in support of what they were doing there because they had to develop their university and the roads. I'm not against that in any way, but among forces, let's dialogue and find a common platform. I think they should have be bold enough to let the thing come down.
But chairman, the Ntiasian say Yakwa, Yakwa stress and Kabaya to Bomodiana boys, Kasam Kakrabazio, Sikendo, Mofa Quambia, and Fomra, Namwambi Sikasun with the CC Maquaya, Monfasa, Quaya Fast, we will say, Busian is betting me at the Adium. That's right. The Jibusian, so it's a share down. That's right. And they would Jibusia, a Chuchamer and once a Mieka. It is a delay 1 second, yet a home to a banswa. Abaya, or Baba Catcher, and Kurim say, is Sika some in Semino. Enkoyi na yemfu ya honko to saa ban no so say saa ban ni momuno e ba betua saa aban wa shifty even state of the nation address akoshe da for simply because say sikasemo ntutua kura no
state of the nation address offense in the
mehu
the president
it exposes as a country because
no.
Parliament echo break because you say expansion and renovation but I don't see what MPs require person can crash expansion echo so and that renovation into afraid
more leadership parliament but
the unfortunate thing is that it's no Kesia. One we are not privileged. So it's in the honor. Almost the plus. It's because you know just almost break because innovation.
And who the two presidents say president apples for the state of the nation. Oh, president, the president. Almost parliament one. Don't remember that. And you find
security threat. That's a security threat.
To the president. The whole president. But the problem is that. I mean, there's a lot of demolition going to oil, country. I feel institutional failure. It's a matter of institutional failure. Institutions are omo ejuma owo se omo hwenu over the years that my brother can obi consider ne anofano wa tro then omo tro stop well
produce permit
ono ankasa na otro so that am for no ba na obi ba ho then they bypass it or nkofo aya chom so mo call round so they also go and connive with them and then they build and cause problems. Nti agree with him say Emma institutions no enye adwuma Emma institutions it's long overdue. Ya more institutions nyina I was say enye adwuma no ya compromise one. And like you do lawlessness in do Somalia, in do Sudan, Ghana there we are intact. But like all kind of if you don't rein the horses in, we will get there.
Finally, as I recall, untias of national security, anything. Untias anything.
Oh, national security also a boy home by. But if the traffic, there's traffic congestion, right, and people are sitting in traffic for 2, 3, 4 hours. Do you know the trauma they go through? Obi in other countries, one should be a funny trauma. To the car or the bobia or quite so. It's also on by. It's part of national security. Very, very important.
I see.
Yes.
Correct. Chairman, that's it. Oh.
Okay, never be a ha. Sentayina, the politics to change in every one the crop. Nemum, sir, a day dear, and can you so minuano into mechanic as they are. Until my dear in any tria. The colleague MP back home and then welcome tea so. And where we are. Radio for frames, so we are seeing Amsterdam. We mean team we ye, Timin can once a month, Mamcobusem. It be a normally invest you crown our general home. And he, me free and many information bearer. And I'm called Honam Sevilla. Committee we are penny room. A dear Semna, a fire in home, or the Mamma, then in your cry. And so, mean to me can be. And I'm saying now, my friend invest say, on the ball, Mamma, because me to say, I say now. A cause traffic problem on tea. In only invested in one also by Busa. Investor to them so be and carry and trauma. So, but the first thing they say, O main or see realizes say, invest no a embrana setting up. Bevlola te jumano, embrana setting up. Intimumi no mrama mo juma, the obetumi any de untuminye. Your committee tenase. Speaker refer Tobu the answer my tenase. You didn't kind friend Minister for Roads and Highways. And then they didn't come up. Would you to must say acquired the way investing in Munino and can't public roads no.
Minister Jitu Musa.
Yes, and share urban roads I say, and share highways I say, and share feeder roads I say. Name one more bay or Majumano. Ombe requesting for more technical assistance. Urban road director or feeder road director or munyina or and ye review we heard them. And ye afraid vice chancellor and any team. You don't buy say mumunchre munyina so Modeji Sikano. They pointed to Mremu or University of Ghana Act, the woman or munyina so. So and ye review dinina enra nanka university students no almost waba. I knew Mubishia. They are discussing because their major concern is even if to me Amramo acquire students no there. Because University of Ghana Act and actually pay from members of the university. Namrani clear say members of the university no almost require permission to enter. And to be any other person you need permission and then we university. But student will hear permission there. How do you charge him? And by Chancellor Bechechire, students then come home. Take campus no. Or can say they hadn't considered Omomote outside no. Name vehicles are operative from gate echo inside and also Omo discusses special rate. Omo negotiating on behalf of users say even that special rate no a much lower rate no. More fun to fair no so to there be no fair increment. This is information from the Vice Chancellor. Later, it is a student, they say, that is not entirely true. So, almost sombra. so that we'll contrast their vice chancellor. And today we Jumano. The report is there. Committee now okay, no, it was not true because we hadn't finished. But some members of the committee tell me, yeah, Kasa, our Bontain, say investing you to me, so a charge. That's my personal opinion. I still stand by that opinion. They told me you invest in Isha, no. Say any charge is canon quampo. Person discourage the use of the investing as a thoroughfare. And that one I entirely support them. You go school away, says that can am Jose Nea, Kibukra car book me, a boy young. Yen in a move come all for vandals here, tea, a boy more near tears, across near boyum. Now, Behena, and you can't be a waludu and you actually pine. So, and those things aside, way their causeway, Ebusa say, Mr. Beblola te say, na omudi SBBA, backflow traffic no affected public. Minim. That I don't have evidence saying no cry, not saying no cry.
And the no cry,
but no Emma ne quine or no name set up the National Securities Act. No, a money to me say or no, or koye say Jumano. Let's look at the law. That sets him up. A Juma Bain Mradia Mano. It's not the honor person yet. Near the dream say, oh yeah, Beboa. A Juma Mradia Mano. What power? No. Power Ben or what?
National Security Coordinator.
National Security Coordinator no. And yet be a free women of Bessons and Ho. And run a criti ye. And run the Juma Ma, yes, will be a National Security Coordinator where Jumani within his powers under the law. And to some you know.
But any question of approval, baby. Ghana for the understand national security above everything in
Ghana. That's the point. The challenge I was is here. Not just national security. President.
The understanding is that we move.
That's right.
You see, national security we may be a too big anymore. I say you are saying Omodiana Brown.
That's right. Sir, mentality no. Mentality no I just no. And on a year create 10 goals for ourselves. Because National Security Coordinator, that okay, and Marana didn't see her. Parliament created that institution, no, and the chair would your vote to me so any do need to miss oye. Until the oye, no, to me, no, I'm right, a critic, a demand said to me, no. And your mouth to me say you be bimpa. Yes, I will require your faso ye. Even if to me, which I can say he does not have, because it's not part of his functions, no. And no crano. Mrakwan ye faso ye.
I would say Jinawasa, ye addition. But who coordinator or say na a create nuisance, any inconvenience.
And no, a kind of national security coordinator functions. You're not saying it's creating a security threat, nuisance, and inconvenience. A kind of functions.
Now, ultimately, now how any inconvenience the larger society.
Monday, you koye juma wada. Me drew Tamaran about. Me share from her challenge or her no so. Te me dodja kofa community 17 ho. 2 hours. My blessing kwango. All throughout the weekend I was traveling back and forth. Now you're not moving anywhere.
But
that is inconvenient.
Yeah, but that is a result of the road that has to be restructured because Tama, yes, our road no Tamamuto way, yes, around about. In a traffic, you've been there before. In a volume of traffic, it was not, and now population has expanded. People have come to, and yet, Obina Wekosi structure immediately was a causes a nuisance. So there are two different things.
Should I tell you why?
Yes.
There's a toll booth there.
No, but that is very far. But that was constructed so many years ago.
No, the new one was constructed recently.
I'm talking about Temamuto.
Yes, from the Toma and no. Maybe a new interchange.
No,
right, but still, because the tracks are heavy. And they are slow moving, but the backflow affects me.
But Joe, there are two different things.
That's right. And the main part is that inconvenience. No. National security problem. Every day, because we have had to design something else. That planning is not his. The planning also a year near redesign a whole site that based to hiccup. No, he may note that. Now I draw the attention to the minister. Say, anyway, it causes this challenge. So the minister will. In fact, I'm aware that the reprogramming because I'm a member of the committee. As about several times, I'm aware of say there's a plan. But the minister, Yamfane say, National Security Coordinator, cannot go say across traffic in Timaku free. If it becomes necessary, Obekwa minister now man no more discuss it. It's much the same way. The university is not different from the way respect to my colleague minister.
But in this instance, now because he's the coordinator, national security. And the interpretation is bet me budia can say the chief of staff. Because already chief of staff every chopper be my school pay for. So I buy a what to one and why now OTA Bevolution may also arrive personally to the place to the extent that question required on the card. Ekuja is a mini Bevolula team Pamcho. Mon friend, if
my friend.
Or the also the or security man head of
deliberately. So person only investi kasa. The oti to booth na do comando. Say call castle.
But the coordinator has no time to waste or say or conquer VC and say he is supervising
invest who need investi communicate here. Is it or no? So we so there so by we get mama the January. Would he respond to that? So the card abeja will get mama.
Also institution BBB
and you the institution is nothing. It's not different from any other institution. In fact, so we no more. It's to be placed under a minister. So it's not even a ministry, no ministry. I'm telling you, it's not. The law says that the national security should be placed under a minister. So the president can decide, oh, the Ashe minister for local government. That's it. In that case, you work through that. It's not even up to a ministry. Or no minister said to Skurara.
So in this case, let's say Diana Osenka Oye.
First, also Tiaza, Ahoye University of Ghana Sase. Me the idea see Masase so. Na say a cause problem from the rest of the Republic. You can ask me, say, over there or the ABC, hey, a cause way, pacho yi. Or no negotiate. Who can want Tiasia? You go to court for another to remove it. Some to the be I am ya pass the way. The law schools near the open your up where move be to because I'm a lawyer. Their mentality is not legal. So call law school training we that's a mentality that when you soldier mentality. You have no business being calling yourself a lawyer. And that's one such thing. Walk through the law school. The Robert told me Legon. Go a soldier. Through the law school where we and it didn't change your mentality such that you can overlook legal steps. Now what to be actually no they open.
Once a soldier.
Hello. And America say the law Emmanuel first, you see you don't pass to become a lawyer. You are called to the bar. So the people responsible for calling others to the bar, they should review who they call to the bar. It should be very, very big because so lawyer near the idea undermine the whole system of the legal sector. Now, any I can you first honestly.
In the Emrabi Timini National Security Coordinator.
Papa, in the first place, the issue of Ayinokura Pende or court, if you take a step which tends to prejudice the trial, Ayinokura contempt. But I'll not go there. There are lawyers in that respect. So I have my own view about the case no Angasa, right? But I'll not make comments with it. But the truth of the matter is that Bibia Obeya a trend to me so I am Radiamano.
In this case, wait trend to me.
Absolutely, I'm convinced beyond that. So Enkani Juma Omaino through its parliament as a shaman on
what I want to as a main coordinator. Main nama Bauho Abakacho said Nipa do Dona a Casse. I did how a brave what your quaiso. Maka, my chance to dear class just said, but what the other friend?
Why? What we said, Drew Nipa, you intended it for. Me Baha, but somebody at dear bro, me Drew gave Namidi a job, reception hall. Messi time I'm sure one frementi. Say share wow some more. Time does not even run. So no expectation me in 20 minutes. Nasa ade ni nu wow some out. What ye chira obeden hu sampa nipa o this man okra o de akọ. And recently I me call to my constituency. Me drew community back mu. The krata ba se me ba ho. E ba say obi en ho yenza nka krata bi. As yo committee chairman go ADC nti the one friend. But we were here, Muna, and Yanukre. The Adik Krata and Sumano, or no to see Papa and Basso. Papa no bad and also a J and one farmer, and Papa. So, into the presumption, say, Papa no ye my opponent in Tina, one notify community say me back. It was not true. But I took my time to explain, verify. And you don't assume so the Okada Koja security penny for security penny no one also on a remit. Or the who to me the only who to me. So the investing decisions are taken by the council. Even the vice chancellor on his own to me revise investing it to me. There's another thing. Investing is totally insulated. It's only one of the laws, sir. Young fa say the minister may give directions. We have many of the institutions, the public authorities know. Yes, the minister may give general directions on policy. But University of Ghana been hosa. So neither the president or the minister can give them instructions. It has been argued said because the council has the president's representatives, no, he can deal with them through the council. So in that respect, I agree. Well, but otherwise, you cannot write to them to I instruct you to do this. No.
I don't know, well, but Chairman, Hadrian, you want trade the Emmanuel area, but we'll let your way any so.
I'm saying,
I'm not the air who you say a normal institution, but that's a yard also to do. Well, I don't pay complaints. I and one challenge I probably can't afford being more to say, on buy matching coin. And let's get that. What is up here? Probably
for me, no, I think that the bottom line is question I shall say, besides, are we gradually
becoming a lawless citizen?
Both sides of the coin, let me just say. Utie National Security Coordinator, some of Ghana. My brother, I don't know. I'm yet to find out exactly the powers of national. But I think say anything that borders on national security, I think say Ube causing nuisance to public safety. He has every right to intervene. He is a nuisance to public safety. He has every right to intervene. We don't have to wait for the thing to happen, and they will say, Rebecca said, I buy no idea, right? Legon, University of Ghana. Chief of Staff was talking to them. Parliament was talking to them. The students themselves were talking. And I thought the best thing for them to do was to suspend what they were doing. I remember, say, Minister for Transport. Of course, the government will find ways and means of absorbing whatever cost they've incurred.
No. Let's be frank here. It is not about this particular government. It is not about this particular government. It is about how. No, because how we have that difficulty now giving you that trust. Previously we were giving.
As a presenter.
No, it's not about presenter. Let's speak. It's when you sit in this chair. The street people are also there. But the point is that can we trust modern day in quotes some or reasonable number of politicians?
We must trust our politicians. We must. If we give, the moment we throw our
the manifestos you read to us.
Oh, but
how you come a begging?
Listen,
power. How we relay power to us?
You cannot satisfy everything, but you make an effort. Manifesto the watch, but the effort that we are achieving. That's the important thing. Because you can, I'm sure.
But we probably are an exception. Politicians of late lord it over us.
Oh,
instead of serving, send them more than
Oh, I don't think so.
When it's getting to 2060, you know, better red couch. The type of humility and the message that motivate brain both parties. It is almost 4 seconds away from the Holy Ghost. Immediately, that power I don't know where that thing comes from. I don't know whether I need to experience that power. Minister now, president, I don't get it because the realities on the ground. Immediately you assume power. It becomes storytelling. It's in the pipeline. Plans are far advanced. Okabia meka wa she national security to come and pick you at Himachin. And is that that is the country that we are running. So now everything is
Oh, David. I don't accept you.
But Utie, Honorable Aken, I am not siding because I don't know the position of the law, even though he's a lawyer and Osayem Rashid Bedouin.
That's right.
Me point in say, but how do any sharp? The common sense will tell you that even if, because I know you can't say someone from running the institution is not failure there, but you're making sure we try to job before we do such an act. So, but in this case, you operated crowd at Himachin. Now, you say in quote, the guts is still there to tell us that a creating news. My question, therefore, is that are they creating news as inconvenience or Ghana there? I have tabled this morning over 50, and I'm expecting swift response from the national security. That is because the way I know, say, one person may take a position on that there. We expect swift response and reaction to some of these things that create a lot of inconvenience and then a nuisance to us as a country.
So that is the problem now. When we take action now on the nuances now, Eban, then you come and ask for the law. You come and ask him that where is your legal? You can't have your cake and eat it.
Okay.
You can't have your cake and eat it. This is the problem. Your shots, you know. This is your true business here. Chona Mochia. Because baby, I'm watching you. Then you will come and sit here and say it's illegal. Does the law allow you to be picked up at night? So what do we want as a nation? What do we want? Then they say, I don't know, but then they say, you're okay there. I'm matching just not to the state traffic. Because this is why you know, now he's quoting the law. He's quoting the law, the high heavens. One more some channel, just say, Bibia, because say, Brother, media, away,
and the credit.
If maybe say, Brother, away, see, Yankasano as a country. What do we want?
Ye pet the Embrama quite. They make an say, Mangas will be into me. Mangas will penny home, say, ye were Maraquine. So
sometimes you don't, you have to do the thing and then you go and see the police say there. Obey.
So you do before complain.
That's right. I want Bremusa.
It is their structure, their command structure. But that is
before complaint.
That is only within. Because, no, almost command structure. Office amount structures.
Remember, yes, I can.
But that is only as far as within our structure. But your rights, there. About arrest there. I don't have a problem what time you arrested. Then remember, say, "Watch me. How do you call baby? All detaining me. I will say." In California access to me, I was sending access to my lawyer. So we're near no so and I've been asking. But otherwise, we are born how much I mean to how much. I know I don't have a problem with one you're arrested at any time.
Okay.
But the problem is sometimes, like you're saying, kakra. Yeah, to say obi do position media untouchable, on camera. It is totally wrong.
That is no.
Say yes, sir. Uko to me be assemblyman for the committee chairman. You have no idea. So kakran sa. Obo say afi auto dem and security coordinator. I don't know that. We feel kwan no kra no. O say nkeye kese chese nti mabebu gate no. But I was here who say even the owo to me say oye no. Ye wo mra kwan fa so ye.
Well, but when the idea about chairman, I would say enough education on our security agencies, their roles and responsibilities. I'm sure say understanding now. Ubitu and Amombia, from a very Ghanaian point of view, no.
The bottom line is that I was saying Yankasa, the attitude. Uko actually Bocho VR pilots asi na manfo ecosystem VR in Rico pilots asi
see that in store
ecosystem down was so moye school or moye I mean sir
na say the biauka institutions in the field na say Lanquantanai any nase for assembly now they see
that's the problem
there yan say almost age 2
na more electricity ya water meter. I mean, so what is the problem is that we should start 54 years of independence. And every time we come here, we talk about institutions.
Oh, me, there are certain things, I don't sympathize with them. My year catch them say, oh, that's the way men can be. BBC will be. Now, some medium said they were doing it. One for my own casa. Otherwise, you will show your bias against them. Before be, a to be to Omo. I'm saying, Omo, baby, I'm a cotton and moon say, oh, yeah. I don't sympathize with certain things. Baby, I will locate it, pylon, I say. Obian to me, Cassa, what tongue pylon, I to me, Cassa, what permit, building permit, and I'm will be surface. So, but even that, we are in a Juman. Or say we are a vessel of a quanswa ye, Sanyo Manefri, meaning baby, Obi, no city hotel, look, man say. I think Lavicus and what happened to say. O see, Yansan on by extension of the panel.
Yeah.
I don't know. Unfortunately, I infected the whole hotel. But the important thing is that they hear that space. By how means they will compensate him. Tinyesa or no breachy. O see, down on a pylon in the ya extend the pylon until a befa. But baby, what when you pia pan say pylon as any. Now, what could see and I see her. What way, Juma? I walk pylon as those ones. I don't sympathize. Any woman in so penny. Now I got to know. And so you for an hour, help. I'll ignore you if I have it. No, there are certain things because there are rules about don't see any honor money. But maybe also, even that, me, and I may say, maybe I'll tell you to be between me a bit too. Many said to me, no, you Nippon was said to me, no, and I said, Nippon on some or quite why faso here. There's something that is creeping to us. We are impatient with the law. We are impatient with the law. But you see, in a kind of uncle quainty, uncle dainty, who's a quantity.
But you never found out.
So, sir, a one can say, but at least see a nim say a nipe biara is prone to abuse. We Janua or the emrabeshan in 70 and a shemra. Emrano nipane ni so famre dino any there be a total in support of bibia wa form mrade yem famre ni no but odemra ni dino no so and tietia no so ne fa hodi ambra koro no anso dia amano no so and tra won so mra tra da kotom na yentumi accept no yeah gita to ya so we week make I say be national service on Kranza district assembly na ya set up committee bi say investigation na nipa investigate omo no raise the objections to certain members of the committee. And I'm going to say, no, in that case, we must go back for that issue to resolve. MC is in a committee, but I'm here weak, say. No, we are not being weak. We are being
right, no.
That's right. And Brahman quite so objective. So, that impatience, yeah, didn't tell me irrespective of, say, it will be found who did so another. And I have say, the padu do not pay way. Into your uncle and policy if you fall so no. Yes, show my side.
All right. 1760 your text message line of Modiana Fabrena, Ebeji Brena, Etini, Akin Council, Ediama. Now the national discussion I probably on the have more near the call for a privy council quote. See about discuss, maybe a sika 7 I could do no. Ebe friend him dear for free at if you am Afonia Puenia toy. Now on a tenacity. Na onatimi ahwese ombetimi achisika no agina ho a ye behwe ba bi free buy a ya bedu hanom ene anu aduru a ye de ma sa call no aba in the midst of nipa be break as it to Bank of Ghana for bika omutu ye e de san hye bi ba no we say we dey ayam hye bi kan omutu san hye no enso ani ye se komutu ombo ase na omutimi nya abotre ebinum se sa na montu no nyina na yemfa nsi nchen na enwene Ghana ho kane ebinum so adwen je ne se da bi o say abaye was we cobon humusu in quote confrefre nim dia from free CPP PNC ni other stakeholders because hey you na yishiem na yenya adwenkyira 2016 abato no say enye MPP titiri na be campaign dia ena PPP na CPP na PNC cause there is mu huye ena aginsemi it ye adwene o man no in times of adea every challenge acquire crisis amaye anase ye that's what adwene say partisan no ewo ya brabom ana yesusu se bra yadi e wo se katire nyina pem ho ne ye ni sikasem ejana chema me sha say
yesikasem for the past 2 weeks I flog here no the solution balance of payments balance of trade that's the simplicity ye cry inoma bebre na inoma anyama ye ba ko ton mo amane on usa it had value. That's the bottom line. That is the bottom line. Last week about now, Ukra second-hand fridge. Cars ever no I had my DVL. DVL. Second-hand cars ever. Second-hand ties. Engine. Who they call first Mataiko Abusoka. Look at the shock absorbers on Mudiba Kroma.
Now, I mean, it's a toothpick.
Toothpick. Shock absorbers are almost Abosoka.
I told you just a moment.
Abosoka, Oka, red flag. Sir, spare parts, most of them, they buy a queen. Accidents, they buy a chrome. Because a car, no, I know at a certain stage, they also can scrap. Cars, they got their lifeline. After a certain time, that's where every time new models are coming on stream. Those are the problems, sir. Emma yesikano yehuano. Who can do see plantain chips cry. Plantain chips important. Plantain chips, cashew nut. Who they call go chewing gum. You go there. Paper napkins. Yeah, cry. So whether you bring MPP, NDC, CPP, Privy Council, what are we going to do about the import problem? That's my kind. Me, Minister of Finance, anything second-hand ever Ghana hanu, 300% duty, 300%.
And what by me going to move?
Oh. Look, sometimes when
they say Niger, because yes, you know. Now what you say? Local industries is why empower.
I'm coming there. So tax is not marginal. Tax is no. I will use that to empower the local industries, right? To get the machinery, the equipment to produce those things now at the second-hand prices. So that instead of the buying second, you can get the new things here at second-hand prices. I'll take that money, empower the local industry. So, more second-hand fridge, you put them up and say, how many of you can run a factory? We will put you there to run a factory, to produce the fridges.
So your suggestion said now we need business-minded people as presidents, not lawyers.
No,
we said okay, not to mean that. No, Chairman, because who got practical solution there? Communicators, processor. But this is straight to the point.
Yeah, topic was the Privy Council. Let me share ideas. And just say, I say, president or business-minded. Yeah, do come. I'm for tea. That is what we as a people should start talking about. Say, you import, and then we look at our export sector. How much value are we adding to it? I just able to look. The first time I went to China, I went to a factory. You know what I saw there? Factory, it's a factory. I'm my dormitories. I'm my workers. Then the factory is about just 3 meters away. Well, factory workers, you're more on breakfast, you're more on lunch, you're more on supper. And they are there producing. That is why their labor is cheap. That is why their products are cheap. After every New Year, they break for about 15 days, and then they ask all of them, Christmas. That's Chinese holiday, And that is how the model they've used to. So people say reinvent. You go back to after independence. What do we have here? We have people like Workers' Brigade, and what were they doing? The same Chinese model.
Now, Ghana we see a career started 6, 6, the development.
Nobody does a shift, 24-hour shift.
Started 6 now.
Nobody does 24-hour shift. China go there. 20 after 5 o'clock, another shift comes in place. We should there might be a paradigm shift. Currency then we see forex and FCA and there because at the end of the day no, we do 100 million or 200 million. So far as crack second-hand shock absorber, second-hand tire abroad for no tire no or more winter tire. Then the baha until woke pie those kind of things that we should be looking at. We can put up the Privy Council and all the things that we are talking about. Me, as an economist, I look at the imbalance in our trade, and quickly, the Minister of Trade should come out with policies. All of us, it shouldn't be partisan. All of us should say that look, we are stopping this kind of things, put taxes on, use those taxes in a special fund to promote our industrial sector.
I was Wakasa come about a port to crap, President Tax Force. I don't know, maybe with a good intent from the presidency. Then we are taking advantage of, I don't know.
First thing, let's say. Privy Council suggestion.
But the danger, Privy Council, is the black market is booming. And the pound is almost about 5.
That's exactly.
Black market is booming.
Exactly.
And the cover, according to
that's exactly the result of regulation Bank of Ghana enforces because there be any pay here and they also will be over copy. We hear no bad enough, cost to be at woman will be better. But senior there somehow okay. It's not new. Say
over to us, but my only sancra to embrace here. We are called the Lucky Herbal Clinic for us. One other Romana Sankomudi, cause also Ubina Adventure, Nativa Kenka Edama. Well, Mamenka was a becoming the way in Siama, non kunaba, Memo Akonya, no be part of the conversation. Bra also be free. Now what to me, Edward Drenchire, Abaka, the audio, but through text messaging. No, yeah, because I would do also because about some of your text messages now, but my main can in temper one of your Jews or sales from Conway. Please, the taps are not running from Dansuman, Malam. What is happening? I totally support the action of the national security at Legon campus because who say man no day. Greetings to Chairman. Bonus from Ishmael. Hi, this refuse is too small at Bantama, but when you go to Kumasi, I told you, Espresso, the refuse is on the roadside, opposite Glory Church, and it's an eyesore, Mr. Ansana. But my name, I want you to channel your message to the President, Mahama, that there's serious corruption going on in Ghana Immigration Service. But you are now decide evidence number. We can see how we are now. What tainted the whole institution is not appropriate. Please, I like your show. You describe my father, mentor, and role model, Honorable Joe Weiss, but he is not controversial. I know the text message is here, Abba. Okay, not controversial. He's a principal man. Okay, yeah, that's it. My greetings to him and all minority secretarial workers. Rudolph, please, I want you to ask the government for us. When is he going to do the school feeding program, because it's over 100 days now, no pay. From Irene, happy birthday to Rabia to Kasim of Navrongo from Kwesi Sandema. I totally support the action of national security at Legon campus. Who say man no de wasa de abre ABM. Yebe Kenkai. Eddie. We always buy chalk from Sir Cord at Oda. Okay. Okay, so you are saying Oda cannot get chalk to write since January. We always buy chalk from Sir Cord at Oda, Sir Mike or Akim Execution of Diabraya. Then I come to Lembele and see different types of light out. Hey, Honorable Boa, this is how far you've brought us. Dumso, and no good rules to Kofi Lembele. Please kindly ask the Minister of Education if it's lawful to pay third term school fees in SHS final year. And tomorrow is my father, Yao Entry, Sunyani High Court birthday, so I wish him happy birthday from Richmond. Please tell Honorable Baba Jamal that Akwatia Road is not in good shape. Rough for Akwatia. Mr. Host, let the MPP man know that the youth are watching, so he should stop being okay. So as cough Robert Wabelempe, what people MPP they criticize national security over Melcom building, but now turn around and politically, I don't get this one. Jamel Onima, Kamal Bekwai, I'm sorry, my MP doesn't know much about national security. He's ignorant and then for education brain. George from Doma, does the MP know this can generate to demonstration which will involve the national security? National security it's something else. Okay, so it's a money bar. It's as if I can come Wadaroma with the Wadaroma, monkey can see any. When national security dug more holes in Ghana, no one said it. Was it part of its functions? Today, when NSC take action for national security, take action for broader public interest, we raise an eyebrow. If the newly constructed road passed through your house, you say the road is crooked. It's your young we see it. Okay, I see. From Kakra, you and the PM are not fair to Mr. Bevlu. Okay, the parliament are not fair to Mr. How can you say people like Bevlu should have not been called to the bar? Nobody has implied so. It is about checking people who are called. Lawyers believe is that the law profession is a call. And if you are called, Omar Kwaku is the best lawyer in this country. For whatever claim he makes, he supports it with documentary proof. Oro Seusu has failed as a lawyer. He made statements about the law without proving, oh, lawyer Seusu, you are too good. But quite people like you. And I said, no, Honorable, I have really learned a lot from you this morning. You are my mentor. May Allah bless you. From Honorable Minila, Oforikom Kumasi. And Odor River, Choco Odor River is a national security threat. When I say, tell Bavlo Latte to desilt it. Charles Fatichiwan. Let us remember the saying, look before you leap. About living under VRA pylons, exposing you to cancer of blood called leukemia. VRA should take action now. Jake Kumasi, hello, Nana. Why always NDC MPP on your show? You should call other parties. Thanks. Fletcher Aguna Swedro. Yeah, the CP Fletcher also in charge. But Nana B, MPP branch member Kumasi also. Yeah, chairman of pay was here for chairman a Fredawari and a Sami Ewuku. What is a Sir John Cassette? Another popular.
I saw 2-4 crab in our crab and another baby too.
It was a Bible picture of me. What is a joke? On one sort of project here.
This year I know about balance of trade. Oh, away anything for fro. Balance of trade, no, it would be cried was worse than it is today because then actually, we study report from ports, no, the level of imports have gone down and affected revenue on my no enya. And yet, no immediate challenge I was here. Immediate challenge, you know, if it be before. Now, I agree, say, as a long term, or see aiming at your balance or even your advantage. And not there, me pencil, I dare also see 200 or more. Me, who are the current tell me, na Burkina Faso, a hoya stresso. Yen free her cockra tomatoes, no body, a quabijan cockra body. Yes, a chere say, ye juma ye dieno. Ye ma ya dwene ko de betumi aye ama o man nya so mfa so yo nsase da ho bebre na mrante nso ne nam ho bebre aka adwene aye beka mrante ne nsase na bom na de produce ejuma
e ba ye o man wa Pablaza to sorry your boy tie o so ko pe Ghana commercial bank atna
because kakra ya ma ya adwene aye say more tire na just a wunye edu
anu ya sem na me say na me
can
ye be ya wife yo.
That's right. But a conscious effort say ye pese ye produce nuane no anamo e betu afa akwan a ye youth policy ho akwan betu afa ye use of your land for agricultural purposes no e be sesa kakra meme gidi say ye nyina as a country ye focus no a divert kakra ene ku adwuma de if you time I go school no kodo na just a punish you and the why now sabe o tie krasi ne
e ye pija ye adwene no
sa o kwafu ma just o krasi ni ene wo de hwe wa o tumi ka okrom kasa yi kura so yo local
baby o free die hey
anema bia me dwon wa me ntia se obitumi e feel proud so otebrofo na momo onti ne krom kasa nkran ana asante ana igbe e me nwanwa because untimi nya zantini ya broni de obeda atono enti those but sane omane omano mental challenges are your wo near the kwa bam so ekoya batom papa no tebrofo to me cambrofo fine
na mrahye be dwabi bisa mrahye kwan se metimi kire ma adwo otwi mu ana se enkran mu
there be your rules no makwan no mo kira also we arrangement to say
we interpreter
be interpreter and be translate because unfortunately maintain crime as well can so be say nam can be enti
no can we dey call
that's right enti ana but yeah nya fasi about brofo kakra o kakra bia obetumi aka ma obi ate ase bia ideas na wo mu no na ye peke but generally I will say enioma ema no konanimu no ya dwene koso more but talking about privy council no na dey no me adwene me ye me say omampania ya to abama no e de omani tumi ama no tumi ni nso ma no kwan se of advice bia ope enti hia se e ko frefre ni free different party be privy council ono ankasa betimi a survey country no na wa pick advice from any set of people but the public discussion no a man on the two sides of every decision be taken no way bonkum ni nifa that is say all safety ye otie on any management omu tie na o ma safety no ma pick the essence of the public discourse nke bi ebe boy ina but e bi a asemo a adeka ye be bonus no me ko kan ye be huro me so asem kro no a se me kan e bi a metie ye tie ne ntemo a enka be boa o man no nanso efiri minti ye ko anim na chie wi a na de abeka asem kro no a because ye too partisan entin nsemo a ebe boa o man no se firi wo ho nko na be ye de na ensai and kakra we are throwing away people who are discerning nipa obegina nchen no akase de omanfo nyina akui me gidi se emboa man no so ene wo
ya antiso
aside
we anti
penimfo pa ote so omukasa omunkasa
obi atwe ne ho afrim
I'm telling you
say na bibusa cha na bibusa my initial question it was pregnant with a lot of questions because uhema enche bia genuine honest people are almost sacrificial for the nation no on be withdraw almost services
already
is there ultimate cheba the success ne ultimate for 1 second and be tintin because
bia sabi ofia
eti ho na ye hwe no now we'll be giving room for crooks and the Sakawa people to enter the free now for Ghana the that is milk and honey
your public discourse no ya makwan ma kasefi Edbemu dodo. So, kasa se me ne pani adeti hei. Me friend is senior. Min to me when any mun kan kire no. Me gina phone so afre na can be. So, sabe openi otese den kura se pani ni hwe kura wa bate. Ame no e kire se owusuan hunu. Bibia wonam bia obi afa achia obetumi account no. Enso said Nepal, so wouldn't
now
cancer be number so more.
Well, quickly,
and
but
one
of the finest platforms, decency.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's going to be a platform we all from your people. I know we also have some program. Na utimini ni kwa bana penfo be wrap up finally one say oh frɛ number na a good screen so no minute be 9 tem one be tibenya kwa ewura di aba no na waka nsɛm ahodo wo so de wagye nkyerɛ eba 0302211701 up to 4 na watimi de wo so wagye nkyerɛ afa mu ntem aba na etimi akɔ 0302211701 up to 4 na watimi ede wo so wasɛm afa mabre na ehu de be but o text messages me koso akin kan ma na afi bibi atimi akoso say nana the MPP criticize they expected the NDC to correct themselves, but if the MPP shows the way out, how do they come to power? Okay, so the MPP will not show. Do you see the way of the politician? So okay, young Kosunyane marching upon to saying Bernard marching Sunyane Boko there. Okay, yeti.
But all mine, as I said, national security coordinator, and ye can watch and pass. Sama general, Sama Duka Madini Moya, Nipana Yadiana, I talk on NDC, no creating in Kanchan, no creating.
Could you walk with the word you say? I know imagine what you into the house, maybe some imagine say, then would you be out? We're going to mean an argument. What's it? Why do you say?
Ghana, Bush, sorry, now I could do that. If it's nice to know who be there, Ghana, the Abano to be Ghana, Yakubu, and you say you're condemned in the country.
Okay, yes, you're CP. 2 p.m. Martin.
Hello.
2 p.m. Martin.
Major also, mine.
Who number called here?
One is a commercial Bruno, we said, now Friday, no moment, I'm in your motor accident.
Oh.
By they say me nine found there and there by Yaminti Sotia.
Oh, Yami Danyamiasi. The Ash helmet, Mr. Say no kada a while private motor there. And I say, well, we are not DSP Alexander, we have a pijama. Two national security. All right,
oh, my. Mr. Thomas Kwabna Brahma, the incoming NDC regional chairman of Ashanti region. Say, Memphis more than Mauyepa, or name and municipal commander, Mr. Gilos, on for program Niagro, and a Sampa, Madmo coordinator, because a friend is Abraham.
All right,
now, on my own, belongs to a political party, the NDC move. By say, ye or Mukubu, no, I am a for Omano, and a Boma, not 2 p.m. or Obibe, and a Makuma. Okay, a year we said the man who soon yet, yes, Anna, your best say and penny for no more. Have you become the more notice? Momu in Anya way, said the mammy be Cassan can on person with you or money, so Mama, a beer near Booby near yes, and the best man penny His Excellency good luck Obama John Draman in Mahama, or to the nice.
All right, so that's it. Why? Why much it you, Bogode?
Yeah, Bibi Aboko.
All right, you why?
Yeah, me prefer Propong.
All right.
Do not friend solar.
Okay.
I'm very glad many are the program now yet. Now the decent people and about the program now. The way they talk, the way they do their
programs.
Yes, very good, Papa. And maybe Nasemawo, the way I was arranging your money, how you contribute to the program now. The good God bless you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's it. For friend you chat to Kwani and bra back now. George, Martin, you know what he's saying?
Yeah, if I told Jacob, I don't walk.
Very well.
Because we Buta Koshika for Ghana Brown.
I was said that, yeah, Emra in India for me, the idea is me, yeah, no. Buza.
Me Pacho, every be me kotu, telling that and maybe or not police, maybe a contact police, me to say, double in your offense.
If you assume more on the Contopapa, and the police chief will be our own center. Our ma'am,
any police in there.
Yeah, that's the embassy. Do make a do. Why you don't buy it? But Mr. Police in chat. So on chat, I don't know the card. So Chilewa, Mr. And Black one, look at a bone cry.
Any time or such an account.
No, company brothers. General home mine. Oh, David. Uniform police officer.
25 years.
Why? Now that's it. Now we should police in Yasu. I mean, I'm saying, if I do as a country, yes. We wrap up nothing. Man, and I am.
No, they believe chat on the every day because they import to them. Bibi no any market or high a crabao. And today, say, say, dear, you bet me I have focus. We also we are going to mean yet. Car spare parts, no. A challenge in say, Uko Tomono Noa. The likelihood say, Ubenya fake, higher than say, Ubenya papa. Even Guamo Oma brand Hunina. And Kofo Kakram Kakra Oma lose confidence in the so called Amono. And Tino reverted to used ones, no. Say, used one from a bruchera, usually, a meet a hot standards. And not come back to the institutional failure as a experience. No. Food and Drugs Board is stamp to say a day a fake. Ghana Standards Authority, the stamp to say a day a fake. And so long as a Nipanu ni GDA say, Mejuma Ku we aye a dear fata maminti. Metimid menito sono. Or the monobar. Often, sometimes that don't crab wedding do. So, but. But the safety aspect in there, I'll say the DVLA, you know, a tower much no focus. Some vehicle testing with DNA and the Yamiado, starting equipment based one. And we a program, I congratulate them. Omoka or Jose this year on expanded vehicle, equipment based, you know. And yes, I was them from any professor breaky can as a car. Right. And yeah, Juma. Or what Joe say, Usu, to have a Jojo, was a Obisa Chema Diana Pence, oh, and your controversial or can having your principle. It will be quite medasi. So I bet me. Now, Mr. one for kind, I'm kind. Jojo, I pray that's so still chairman.
Still chairman.
Still chairman.
Still chairman.
Chairman, that's it. Yes. Somebody be to suffer short notice, but only be did you. I'm sure say it's just at the end of pay. Well, so I also Jibration, yeah, that was it. And the finest director, Oba, Okojida Homo, about Kinotu, Dolores Grace, makeup for in MCR, and camera for, and the big producer himself, Dominico Kisi. Also, that was it. Uni so on your brief frame or text here in a was young coy. None I brief also but twice on mine. I don't know the chance of chair, dear. Sumo minor, yes, I sumo swaka. We don't mind any cognizance, you be share.